Hello there and welcome to the Virtual Grim Room. My name is Jack, your host, and today I'm bringing you a first impressions review of the Blackland Vector. This has been a long time coming and I'm looking forward to bringing it to you guys today. So why did I decide to buy this razor? I'll tell you why I decided to buy the razor. And it wasn't really something I was looking at for a long period of time. It was more of I was selling the One Blade Genesis and I was looking for some more hardware in regards to razors to review. This came up, this was a single edge like the One Blade, so I thought, why not? Like all of my reviews, I like to go into 4 categories, and 1, boxing, 2, design, 3, price and value, and 4, the overall shape. So yeah, let's just get straight into the video, shall we? So if you see me look down, that is because I have some notes here, and I'm gonna be going over them. Let's start with the boxing then. So you'll see the box here. The box is nothing particularly special, I would say. It's sturdy in design, does what it's supposed to do. The good thing about the box, however, is I think the innards are actually quite well designed. They keep your razor pretty sturdy, especially because of how tightly the box kind of fits over the top. To be honest, the boxing's not very important. It does what it's supposed to do, and that's pretty much it. As far as aesthetics go, I do like the really matte black finish with the kind of glossy black finish of the Blackland logo. It's nice, however, if you bought a razor because of its boxing, you're probably not going to shave with it. So let's kind of move on to the design section. In my opinion, this is what I would call a breakthrough razor. I'm going to show some photos of some other Feather Artist Club style razors here, specifically safety razors, and you'll see there is a huge difference in the width of this head. This head has utilized only the space the blade will take up in the head, thus making it much easier to shave with than the counterparts you see up on the screen at the moment. And I think that is revolutionary in the game of this specific style of razor. The razor itself is made entirely out of 303 stainless steel in comparison to what I would call the industry standard of 316L. The biggest difference being, I guess 316 is a bit harder to machine with, less accessible because of that, and also quite a bit more expensive than 303. So in terms of corrosion resistance and stuff like that, it's all pretty much exactly the same. Something which I think is actually quite unique about the razor, I hope it picks up on the camera, to be honest, because it might not, but you can see here that this is like a bit of a rectangle here, if you see that. However, if you look into the actual handle, it looks almost completely circular, as you can see. So the kind of opening here doesn't look rectangular at all. And I think the reason he's done that is because he's figured that to get these to fit snugly within the razor, there has to be a specific shape that the kind of blade clips onto, and he's actually managed to do it really well. I have no idea how he's managed to get the handle to fit on, but it's luckily I'm not manufacturing these things. I'd say the design this is obviously subjective, but I think the design is just plain beautiful. If you're looking for a razor to look good and shave with the day picks, this is probably the case. It looks fantastic in my opinion. I would say the, kind of, again, looking down on the notes here, kind of going over what I've written down, the knurling on the handle, I wouldn't say is outstanding, but I'd say it's better than average. You have a double-edged razor here in the DE89. This has decent knurling. However, I would say in terms of the overall knurling of this razor, I'd say it's a little bit better. It has some indents kind of in the middle, and it has kind of like these swirls on the outside. I can shave upwards with this with no problem, and I don't ever feel like I'm going to drop the razor. Where are we? Something that I'm not particularly a fan of about this razor and the general design, it's difficult because if you're gonna make a head this thin, to put a blade in the actual head is actually kind of difficult. Because the blades are quite thin, you're managing something really small and very sharp with your hands, and I thought that could be a bit fiddly at times. I guess this is a design feature. The Artist Club style blades it uses are notorious for lasting longer than just the standard double-edged blade, so that's a plus of the design. Not only that, but all parts were manufactured in the US on a CNC mill as opposed to a lathe. Let's say if it's injection molded or CNC machined, the biggest difference to that is not only the time it takes, but the precision it has. A CNC machine is, it's made on a huge machine. The CNC machine is absolutely massive, and all the parts are made separately. They're all made one at a time instead of being able to produce kind of like one after another, like a conveyor belt system, like an injection molded razor would. I would also say this razor is absolutely stunningly weighted for stainless steel. Let's check where the balance is. I think it's about here. Yeah, the balance is about here. So you can see it's kind of center balance, which is really nice. Those are all the things I have on the design. And overall, based on the design of this specific type of razor, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's fantastic. If you're looking for a Feather Artist Club style razor, this is your bet. So let's get into price here. The razor itself is $195 in the US. Do all of the kind of conversions yourself. Open up Google and you'll find them. The razor is made out of stainless steel, which adds to its kind of longevity and how long it will last, which is obviously a plus. Stainless steel is extremely corrosion resistant, which is fantastic. If you look after it, it will probably outlast you, which is obviously great. Obviously, the choices of blades are fairly limited because it's a Feather Artist Club style, but what that means is they all actually cost more as well, in my experience. For a pack of, I have Schick P30s in here, it's about $20 for a pack of, I think it's 30 or 20. They do last a while, so on average, it makes it quite close to a DE. However, you're not gonna get a shaves as cheap as a DE here. So if that matters to you, take that into account for sure. Something I really like about Blackland, and something they do for every single razor they have, is they offer a money back guarantee if you don't like your shaving experience. So let's say if you shave with it and realize this really isn't for me, they will honor that based on you giving them the razor back in a like new condition with no dings, etc. like that, because their quality control process is they're not going to send you a razor out with dings. It's very unlikely. And the warranty on this razor covers manufacturing defects for a lifetime, which for me is fantastic. And all of those taken into account, I give this razor a price of 8 out of 10. It's expensive, granted. However, if you're going to get into a market for a luxury razor, paying $200 is kind of the norm. The fact that they give you fantastic warranty and a money back guarantee, I think that warrants the score for me. The last part is the shave. Now, probably the most important part of a razor, you'd imagine. I would describe the shave of this as mid-aggressive. If the DE89 is a 3, I would give this a 6. It can be decreased and increased given the choice of blade you use. I would say, to be honest with you, because of the aggressiveness of this razor, I think in this case they have sacrificed a bit of smoothness to add efficiency to the razor. If you're looking for a very efficient single edge razor, this is your bet. It's very efficient, very good. I mean, I can get close to BBS in 2 passes with this. It's very fantastic in that regard. The small head makes it very easy to maneuver. It's easier to maneuver than any razor I've ever used. So if you have hairs that grow like really close to the edge of your nose, this will get it. I've also found it's very useful for kind of lining up sideburns because I know exactly where the blade starts. Yeah, kind of in terms of the shave of this razor, I have shaved with smoother razors for sure. As far as what you would expect from a razor with like kind of mid-aggressiveness, I'd say it's very smooth. Again, not the smoothest I've shaved with, but you're not gonna notice that if you build yourself a good lather on your face. I wouldn't particularly recommend this for a beginner. And that goes into my conclusion then. So, if you've liked this style of blade before, but have been reluctant to kind of invest in an expensive Artist Club style razor, I suggest you look no further than this. I don't think you can really get much better than this on the market right now. I think this razor is absolutely fantastic in terms of utilizing that blade design. As I previously stated, I wouldn't really recommend it for a beginner. I'd say a beginner would probably get pretty bad razor burn from this, and I know when I started, I would have. If you're looking to buy a single edge razor, a luxury single edge razor, I would absolutely go for this, because I don't think there are many single edge razors in that price bracket that screams luxury more than this for me. There's this, and then there's the One Blade Genesis, and for me the One Blade Genesis shaves nowhere near as well as this, in my opinion. What I would suggest if you're interested in this razor and you have the disposable income is utilize that 30-day money-back guarantee, because frankly, if you don't like it, he'll give you your money back pretty much no questions asked. And yeah, that's kind of what I recommend. And guys, today that's my first impressions review of the Blackland Vector. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this, and I hope I've helped you make your buying decision for the razor. If you have the razor and you enjoy it, please give me a comment down below. I'd really appreciate your feedback on the razor specifically. And if you want to give me some feedback on the video, please feel free as well. I'm always looking to improve the channel. But yeah, buy it if you want it. That's the bottom line. I'm not going to make you buy, and I'm also not going to spew back what they tell you. I'm going to give you an honest review of it from my perspective. And yeah, that's what the channel's all about, and that's how it's going to stay. It's been your host Jack from the Virtual Grim Room. Have a lovely weekend. It is Friday tomorrow. Goodbye for now.